Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here of Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. Welcome to episode 19 of an overhaul on a Bolex H-16 Reflex. So, the issue here that I've discovered is the prism in the turret at the top here. Got to remove these 3 micro screws and take another look at it. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm wearing my white cotton gloves because the oils from the fingers, from the bodily oils, will destroy the prism and the ground glass I'll be handling. 1, 2, 3 micro screws that I'll have to remove here. And place these into my egg carton off to the side. There is some, I recently found the original paint, flat black paint on the turret prism that started to chip off, and that has caused some light leak and reflected into the viewable image. Trusty toothpick, and of course here is the prism that we'll have to remove. Alright. Put my thumb in my glove. And pull this all the way out. So, take a good look at this, and I'll show it to you. You can probably see the paint in different areas that started to flake off. This shines into the prism and gives image issues. See here? So I gotta mark off here the part that's used by the viewfinder, and here remove a lot of or all this old paint and repaint it. I also have to remove these pieces here in the turret, in the film gate area, because there's some other things I have to repaint flat black. So let's get started with that. Turn it over, and again this is 2 screws deep in the turret, down in there. Into my egg tray. Once you remove these, then the pieces on the other side of the film gate area will just drop off, as you probably already heard. Spin that around. There they are. And again, when you're doing this, stay clear from touching this pin right here by my pencil eraser. It touches the side of the film to help advance it. Keep it steady as well. And don't touch the ground glass, of course, with your fingers. And that's what your cotton or latex gloves are for. Okay. These two prisms under here. I have to remove this plate, one micro screw. One plate, and then there's two, as you can probably see that. There's a screw and the two plates. That's got to be repainted. So all the pieces that have to be sanded and repainted are the turret prism cover, these prism covers here, the rust needs to be removed from them, and the turret prism itself. I'm going to have to remove the paint as much as I can that I see fit, or all of it. I'm going to have to mark off the areas to create the viewable image and repaint that flat black. So let's get started. One thing I want to share with you here before I start the repainting of the parts is how any part that's related during dismantling and after dismantling, I just don't leave it laying around. I bag each part, the viewfinder parts, front turret, prisms, pressure plate. Here's the other part of the main part of the front turret, and the film gate area. I put everything in there. As you know, just for educational purposes for the videos, I've got my egg carton right here, and it's labeled with pressure plates and front of the camera and stuff like that. Alright? So maybe this could help you out. Okay, so the turret prism here, I've got to remove the old paint as it's chipping off and causing light loss. I've also used my jeweler's loupe to check any fungus. I wouldn't be surprised if there is any, but it's difficult to tell with the chipping paint at this time. So later, after I remove the paint, I may have to clean it with hydrogen peroxide. For now, it's the process of cutting off some tape, covering the viewable image area that the lens would see for the reflex system on these two areas, and repainting with flat black. And doing so in the painting egg carton over here. So let's get going. Okay, so as we can see, I've cut off some tape and applied it to the areas where the viewable image would be on the top and the bottom. Now I just simply need to remove the paint. And how do you do that? Again, with a trusty toothpick. And I'm showing you, take a good look there. Now you start scraping this and the paint comes right off. This chips right away. Put a decent amount of force on it, but not too much. And I'll continue this on my lonesome. Okay, so as you can see, what I've done is I've had to use my toothpicks, some broken, some in full, to scrape the old flat black paint off of this turret Prism. I went ahead and marked it for front, bottom, and T for top, right there. And I'll show you a close-up of this. The mirror reflective image, as you can see right there, there we go. That is water damage. Remember the viewfinder had all those problems with? So again, when I got into this camera, this Bolex, someone attempted to service it, failed, stored it away upside down, and it got wet. The viewfinder got soaked, and apparently, obviously this collected some water damage as well. So this is going to have to be repaired. The mirror imaging, reflective coating, and as you can see on this side, it's really bad. That will definitely affect the viewable image, which it is. So after all this is removed, I'll have to rework the entire prism. Next problem. Oh, and by the way, this is a prime example of someone who did not keep their Bolex in an air-conditioned room and away from water and any type of moisture. So do keep that in mind. Do not let this happen to you. Okay, so as we can see, all the parts that needed to be removed of rust and repainted have been done at this point. And so far, that's it. So, until next time, more repairs and servicing to do on this in-depth overhaul. Do click that bell down there and subscribe, like, comment, and share. Paul Morbid of Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. Later.